Hi, this is Helen at Online Design. Today I am just putting together a short presentation for a client of ours, The Conscious Lawyer. They have within their brand guidelines an approach to photography. And it's really important that photography on their website, in their magazine, in their marketing materials is consistent. So what I'm going to be showing them today is how to actually apply that approach themselves using the Photoshop software. So first of all, we'll just take a quick look at what the approach is. So as you can see here, there's a couple of images which are generic images which can be sourced from the internet royalty free. And that's what a lot of small businesses do in order to have visuals with their blog posts on marketing materials. But if you're using imagery which could be sourced by anyone else, then what you can do as part of your brand toolkit is apply an approach, a system, a way of selecting that imagery, a filter, lots of kind of creative approaches that you might select from to make that imagery more ownable and more on brand. In the case of the Conscious Lawyer, we selected two treatments, one being a very subtle sepia tone that could be applied to imagery, and the second being a warm black and white tone. What that does is sort of give the imagery a bit of an editorial feel, which is in line with the fact that they are an online magazine. So now we're going to look at how you apply those treatments in Photoshop. So for the first treatment, the sepia effect, we have sourced an action. So we've purchased that, which you can do. You can purchase them, and you can also sometimes get them for free from lots and lots of different websites. So the best thing is just to kind of type into Google Photoshop actions and maybe the type of styling that you're looking for, and sift through those. But having the action makes things really, really simple for our client to be able to affect these images and make them on brand herself. All you have to do is select the image in Photoshop, open that up, double click on the background to make it its own layer, work on the copy of the layer rather than the original, just in case you want to go back and go back to the original at any point and make any changes. So once you've got that layer selected, and you can see that because it's highlighted, you click on the action, it's called One Sepia Tone, and just hit play. And you can see there the difference. So if I sort of go back a step, you can see the difference in colouring there to the image. And because it's a very sort of subtle approach that we wanted to create, what we've tended to do when we've done these images for the client is sort of just have a look at the opacity levels and just tone things down a little bit so that you're not losing the sort of vibrance in the original image, but you are making it ownable by applying a bit of a filter to it. And that's just done by eye. So that's how you would create the sepia effect that we mentioned. And then the second approach is the black and white filter, and that is, I'll just delete these out the way so we can see a bit more clearly. That's two custom filters that we've created, and so they just have to be copied into a Photoshop document. And again, when you've got the layer there, you just turn those on, and you can see it's changed the image to a sort of warm black and white without that photo filter one. And again, it is very, very subtle. It's just a sort of standard black and white, but this particular filter has got a bit of a warming tone to it. And again, that can be adjusted in terms of the density to go more warm if you want to, and that'll need to be done by eye really. So every time you create an image for the brand, it's quite important to have a look and refresh your eye by looking at other imagery that the brand's already used, because each image will have its own little nuances. And it's that simple. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching.